Today we'll be taking a look at Bray Wyatt's current storyline. It's been a while since we talked about Bray Wyatt, but something interesting happened recently that has reopened the door to a lot of theories and ideas. So Bray Wyatt is finally back. The former Universal Champion has been gone the last few weeks to spend time at home with his newborn, but has finally returned. After getting tricked and fooled by Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank, Bray Wyatt just disappeared for a long time. Bray addressed his absence in his Firefly Funhouse episode and made jokes about all the different things he learned how to do during his time off. But the biggest thing to take from Bray Wyatt's return was the fact that he's not done with Braun Strowman, and we kind of all assumed that after the Money in the Bank match ended. No way the feud was ending with the Money in the Bank match. It just looks like there was so much more story left to tell. That's what's going on right now. Not only was this Bray Wyatt's return, but for the first time in a couple of years, Bray Wyatt brought back the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Some people are referring to him as Buzzard's Bray Wyatt, but both names pretty much mean the same thing. It's just old school Bray Wyatt. The Hawaiian shirts, the hat, the lantern, the rocking chair, that entire persona and era for Bray Wyatt seems to be back for this match. When WWE introduced The Fiend, it was sort of implied that The Fiend likely took out Buzzard's Bray Wyatt, since his face was on the new lantern. So that's why Bray Wyatt said that he was bringing someone back to life, and this persona was obviously Buzzard's Bray Wyatt. This was actually quite surprising and cool to see. We saw Buzzard's Bray make a quick cameo during the WrestleMania match with John Cena earlier this year. That made a lot of sense for Buzzard's Bray to appear because John Cena was basically the cause of his downfall in 2014. So he returned in that WrestleMania match to get his revenge for what Cena did to him several years ago. But it was a quick appearance and he was gone. We talked about Bray bringing back this persona before, but we said that it would only work if Buzzard's Bray Wyatt had a previous relationship with that opponent, and that's the case here with Braun Strowman as well. Of course, Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt is aware of the history with Braun Strowman, but you have to treat Bray Wyatt three personas like if they were three different people. So out of the Firefly Bray, Buzzard's Bray, and The Fiend, who knows Braun Strowman? The obvious answer is Buzzard's Bray. That version of Bray Wyatt spent a lot of time with Braun Strowman and really went to battle with each other. Braun Strowman has no real history with Firefly Bray or The Fiend, so to get that deep and meaningful connection in the match, makes sense to bring back Buzzard's Bray Wyatt to take out the monster that he created with Braun Strowman. This is actually a nice and great thing for Bray Wyatt. It just never has to be The Fiend 24/7 anymore. He has three personalities to pick from and can really give The Fiend a long break to make him feel more special. We'll get into The Fiend's long absence and everything that's going on there in a bit, but we all thought that he was a goner and we're stuck with Firefly Bray. But that's not the case. A lot of fans love this version of Bray Wyatt, and we're devastated with the new Bray Wyatt, but now everyone gets what they want. Old school Bray Wyatt fans will get that persona. Firefly Funhouse fans will still get that persona, and The Fiend fans will also get to see him as well. So everyone is happy here. It's also exciting because does this mean we'll hear Bray's original entrance music and see old things like the classic rocking chair again? It's a possibility. But the rumor is that this match could be a cinematic match, so we might not even need the entrances. But that is the word right now. Reports claim that Buzzard's Bray Wyatt vs. Braun Strowman will be another creepy cinematic match full of surprises. The reports don't get too specific, so it's hard to know what that really means. But apparently, this means it will be filled with a lot of Easter eggs and surprises, probably from old school Bray Wyatt's history. Makes you wonder what surprises Buzzard Bray will bring out to take down Braun Strowman. Things like Sister Abigail. Is it possible for Abigail to make a quick appearance to assist Bray Wyatt with Strowman? These are the things that are definitely a possibility for this match. Abigail is the closest with Buzzard's Bray, so if there's any time for her to appear, it makes the most sense with this version of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt also took to Twitter to post another teaser about getting the Wyatt family back together. He had this to say on Twitter: "Daddy's back. Hashtag let the sin begin. And always. Hashtag down with the machine." He posted that message along with a picture of Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman, and himself. So that whole tweet was another reference to the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, Down with the machine always used to be the line Bray Wyatt said several years ago, so just more hints that old things are popping back up for Bray Wyatt. It does make you think, what does all this mean? Are we building up towards a Wyatt family reunion? It sure does feel that way. You look at Money in the Bank and you see how happy Bray Wyatt gets when Strowman puts on the sheep mask and looks like he's ready to join Bray Wyatt. Bray looks genuinely happy, and it looks like he cared more about reuniting with Braun more than winning the title. So could Bray's mission be to just bring Strowman back home and into the Wyatt family again? That could be another payoff as well. Maybe Bray Wyatt will eventually take the title and brainwash Strowman back into the Wyatt follower he was several years ago. Now let's talk about The Fiend, because a lot of fans are wondering where he's at. There was even rumors that The Fiend was being banned and why WWE isn't using him right now. So let's get into that. The Fiend hasn't been seen at all since WrestleMania, so we're going on 3 months without a single Fiend appearance, and I actually see that as a great thing. It's giving us a long break from him, and it will be refreshing and exciting to see him once he appears again in the future. The reason why The Fiend has been gone for all these months is because he simply doesn't fit into the story at the current time. My idea for why Bray Wyatt didn't come out with The Fiend right away on Braun Strowman is because he still views Strowman as a close friend and one of his creations. So the last thing he wants to do is destroy something he helped build. So that's why Bray decided to hold off on The Fiend and try to beat Braun Strowman as his ordinary self, but obviously that didn't work. So now Bray is realizing that he has to dig deeper to beat Strowman, but it looks like he still hasn't reached the Fiend level quite yet. Instead of the Fiend, Bray has called upon Buzzard's Bray Wyatt to take on the job of defeating Braun Strowman. It's a great call because Buzzard Bray is kind of like the middle ground character between Firefly Bray and the Fiend. Just ranking them from the weakest to strongest, I think everyone can agree the order is Firefly Bray as the weakest, then Buzzard's Bray as the kind of middle character, and the Fiend is obviously top dog among the 3 personas. So judging by the pattern here, it looks like Buzzard Bray Wyatt will be losing to Braun Strowman as well, and that's when I think Bray Wyatt will reach his breaking point and call upon the Fiend. The Fiend is kind of like the last straw option for Bray Wyatt here. If everything else fails, then the Fiend is his emergency plan, and it looks like that's the route WWE is taking here. Strowman facing all of these Bray Wyatt's personas is nice, but we know the real actual matchup is going to be the Fiend versus Braun Strowman. That's the matchup that's going to be the hardest to predict, because does the Fiend finally end this Bray Wyatt losing streak, or does Strowman win and take out all the versions of Bray Wyatt? I think that's obviously what we're building to here. And since that match is pretty huge with a lot on the line, I would expect that to take place at SummerSlam. So it looks like the Fiend vs. Strowman will be the big main event of the entire feud. From there on, who knows what could possibly happen next? Could Strowman really join Bray Wyatt after he's defeated? It's definitely a possibility. What are your thoughts on the big return for Buzzard's Bray Wyatt? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.